Hi, this is Jack Westman for ESEAnews.com, still here in London, England at Gfinity 3 LAN. Joining me for the second time this tournament is Josh Steele-Nissen, who just lost to Titan in your quarterfinal. Before we talk about that, let's talk about your expectations going into the game. So what did you guys talk about last night? How did you prepare for Titan overnight?
We didn't really prepare for Titan overnight. We didn't for sure know that we were going to play them. We had a feeling. We're just like, okay, well, if they draw, we won't play Titan. But if one team, Epsilon or LC, win, then we would play Titan. We didn't really prepare for it. I think we knew what the maps were going to be coming into the actual BO3, and we picked us 2 as our first map. But we were just going to come and play our game and then try to beat them using, like, we've played them before. We've beat them before. Yeah. Well, not myself specifically, more like the core of iBUYPOWER has played them and beat them before. So I think there was not much preparation done, like, specifically to counter Titan. I think we're just going to go in and play our game.
Okay, so the Dust 2 game, first of all, today, ended up losing 16-14. They had an amazingly, well, lucky, potentially, maybe there's some luck in the pistol round, but then they came back. You were winning all the way through the match. Yeah. And then in the last 6 or 7 rounds, went on a run. They went on a run, right? Can you just talk us through that game, what you felt went wrong for you guys? Sure.
So we started off on the wrong foot, first of all. We lost the CT pistol. I'd got on the bomb, but I was told that there was a kit right by the doors. So I got off the bomb, and I went to the doors to find the kit. There was no kit there. It was not there. It was backplat. So by the time I got back on the bomb, it was already too late. We lost that round, and I guess, like, when you lose a round where you should have won, yeah, it's more demoralizing than when losing a round where they just completely outplayed you. So we had it, like, we had all the momentum. We're like, yeah, we got, oh shit. So right from there, it's kind of like demoralizing. Then we're like, you know what? Forget about it. Next round, we buy pistol armor. We get into a 2 versus 1 situation. I forget who it was against, but Days got picked off. Skadoodle ran out of bullets, tried to get the knife kill, missed the right click slash. We lose that round. Again, another round just in our grasp, and we just gone. So then, whatever, we lose the next round. First gun round, it's just like, okay, whatever. We're trying to balance it back up. We're getting it to like a 4-4, 5-5 scoreline. We lose a 3 versus 1 against MBK. It's just little things, little mistakes. I peeked him. He quick scoped me. AZK tried to get the trade kill. MBK quick scoped him as well. It's just insane shots from him. But, like, maybe we shouldn't have put him in that situation. If I just hid in pit, for example, didn't give him that opportunity, we could have just avoided that situation altogether. And then instead of them being able to buy guns and us on eco, we are buying guns. They're on eco, and we start adding up rounds. So I think it's these little crucial mistakes where, pistol round, that's not 1 round. It's not, 15-15 all of a sudden. That's 3 rounds, basically. That MBK 3 versus 1, that's not the 1 round. We have to eco as well, so that's 2 rounds. Yeah. And plus, it's like, it's crushing. So right there, that's like 5 rounds on my hand I can count right now from 2 really crucial mistakes. And I was a part of it, so I feel like crap about it. And it just adds up.
Yeah, well, maybe not got off to the best of starts in that case, but you did come back and you had a commanding lead at one point. You were 13 or 14 to their 6 or 7 rounds, right? 7 or 8 rounds?
Yeah,
we had like a 6-round lead, and then the wheels came off. You had to pause because Dazed, his mouse stopped working. Did that hurt you guys at all? Did that take your momentum?
I think that took our momentum away. He noticed, like, in the freeze time, like 2 seconds left, he's like, wait, my mouse 1's not working. And we're just like, what do you mean? And he's like, it's not working, pause it. And by that time, it was too late to type pause. Yep. So we went with that round. He bound his attack key to his right click. Yep. So he's running around trying to right click to kill people. And, it's like when you're just like, well, I can't get a kill now. And, it takes you out of the game. And then we have to pause it. He had to plug in a new mouse. He had to install the drivers. He had to get back in the game. Right there, like, that's a momentum killer. And then we lose that next round, and then we're on eco, and we lose the eco, and then right there, that's like 3 rounds that we just kind of lost just because we lost momentum. Where all we needed is 1 more to go overtime, 2 to win, and it's just like, it's crazy.
Yeah. a little bit of bad luck, small mistakes early on. I guess Inferno is much of the same, right? You got off to a great start on T-side. It was 4-all, 5-all, and then again they just took it away from you. You getting eco'd quite a lot as well. What was going on there?
So, I mean, Inferno, like, we won, what was it? They won pistol in the next round. We bought up and we started winning. So we brought to like a 2-2 score line. And then like when you're trading rounds back and forth, it usually favors the terrorists. They need AK armor. That's $3,700.
Yeah.
You can do Galil armor with $3,000, and then one person can get smokes and flashes. For the counter terrorists, it's much more important to have their guns. So they need like over $4,000 to do a proper buy. So I mean, anytime you're trading rounds back and forth, it's good for the terrorists. Now, when they're buying, CZs and going into apartments, I mean, we died in apartments like 3 or 4 times. There's a round where, like, I was in a 1 versus 4 or something. I killed 3 of them, and then I take the bomb B, and I just flashed myself. It was awful. I shouldn't have thrown anything. I should have just played with my gun out. I should have played around the box and played the time, but I completely misplayed it. But we shouldn't get into those situations in the first place. I think what we need to resolve in the boot camp is trying to figure out a way to not lose the advantage. The enemy's on eco. Let's, avoid the close quarters. Let's make sure that we can trade the kills. Let's use our long range advantage. I think if we minimize those mistakes, like, we'll do a whole lot better. We lost like 5 or 6 to their eco rounds. It's like if we lose a round and we win the next round, they're on a double eco. If we just play those properly, that should be 2 round wins for us. So instead of having 5 rounds on T side, we should have had 10. But we played it poorly, and then that ended up costing us.
Just talking about your individual play, and so by your own admission, didn't have the best of days. People were kind of being critical of Swag as well. He didn't really show up today by their account. How much of this was decided by lack of individual performance, I guess, and what was going wrong for you guys? I mean,
individually, like, Skadoodle was playing lights out. He wasn't missing a shot. I think what it came down to was I was playing really poorly. Not even just today, just like all event. There's 2 games that I played well.
Why do you think that was?
I don't. Well, the game against Fnatic, I had like massive mouse input lag. Yeah. And I realized it's like half the ports on the computers were like burnt out, so I just needed to switch USB ports. But I thought it was just the monitors that were it was a monitor input lag. But I figured that out after that game. I didn't have a mouse issue the rest of the event. I just don't know. It could be a factor of jet lag, not enough sleep. I know that before the event I was like coming down a little ill. That's why I took a couple days off streaming. Just wanted to catch up on sleep, make sure that I wasn't going to be sick here. But really, there's no excuse. I just played poorly. I got outplayed. I got outshot. Same thing. I don't know specifically what happened with Brax. I mean, Swag, he could have. He didn't say anything. He didn't say he's feeling tired. He's feeling unwell. He didn't say anything like that. So it could have been that he was getting outplayed. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him about it yet.
Yep.
But having, arguably one of our best players, if not the best player, kind of not playing on, even half of his form, it changes the whole dynamic of our rounds. If our strats normally work because, if we send him somewhere and he gets the kill and he doesn't get the kill, 5 times in a row doing different strats, then it kind of takes its toll. But same token, like, all of us need to be pulling our weight, and if there's 2 or 3 of us that aren't, it kind of kills us. Like, we need to rely on AZK yesterday, and I think in 2 situations, like in Epsilon 1 versus 3, to close out the game, we were up like 14-7 or 14-8 against them, and then they brought it to like a 14-13 or something, and he needed to 1v3 in order to get us the win and keep us in the game in the tournament.
Which Titan player would you say intimidates you the most overall?
For me, I would say NBK, just because back in Source, like, he was their best player in Source, and it kind of, even though it's a new game, he was that player where he could like single-handedly take games into his own. He has the aim, he has the experience, he has the game sense. So him, And he's always been like really consistent. He's never been like really bad or bottom of the barrel. Like he'll either be, you know, top 1, top 2, or top 3. Like he's never below like third place on his team. So I think he would be the most intimidating for sure.
Okay, and talking about, I guess, the wider global perspective. So HLTV's July rankings put you at 9th in the world, 8th or 9th? 7th, 8th, 9th?
7th.
Around that area.
7th.
Okay. At this event, you finished 7th to 8th?
5th to 8th.
5th to 8th.
Yeah, quarterfinal single elimination. So 4 teams went out.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 went out.
Okay, so
which means that there's 4 teams left.
Okay,
yeah.
so so between 4th and 8th in the world, by consensus, right? Do you think that's well? Actually, so my question is: do you agree with that, or do you feel like you can play better?
I feel like we can play better for sure. I feel like we made way too many mistakes, even in group stage. But even if like we got past the groups, so if we put that behind us, Titan game we made too many mistakes. Dust 2 should have been ours. Inferno, we made too many mistakes on our T side, where you know we lost against their eco like at least 5 rounds. You know, a 5-10 score line, change that around to a 10-5 it's huge. Like we'd have so much of a buffer going into our CT side. So I think our performance here doesn't reflect what we're capable of, and especially after we do a 2-week boot camp here, leading up to ESL 1, like you're going to see a whole new iBUYPOWER team. Hopefully from myself, especially, like I'm going to actually like sit in death matches for like half an hour every day and just be completely insane with my aim. That's something that I haven't been doing lately or at all. Like I put a lot of hours into like streaming and playing matchmaking and pugs, but it's like it's not actually training my aim. It's just useless hours mainly. So I need to start doing those productive hours.
Do you feel streaming hurts you in that way, in that you have to almost be performing and not really focused on improving?
Yeah, I mean, like
it's a distraction.
It's not a distraction. It's just like you can't say, "Oh, I've been playing a lot of hours in CS because I've been streaming for 8 hours." Like it's not real CS. It's not, you know, preparing me for a tournament. It's not preparing me for any like competitive tournament if I'm playing like matchmaking or pugs with friends or, you know, lower ranked people. So it doesn't actually assist me in anything. The only thing that assisted me was, you know, playing practices with my team. And I mean, recently, like there was off season for ESEA and SEVO.
Yeah.
There's no teams to play against in that period of time. So I think like that hurts us a little bit. And where I should have been playing like, you know, deathmatch on my own type of thing, I was just investing into the streaming and like my aim, I just missed so many easy shots here. So maybe that's something I can work on during the boot camp and make sure that when I get to the ESL 1, I know how to shoot people.
Remember how to, you know, hold a mouse,
aim, and
click
yeah.
people.
Although I'm right-handed, so.
Oh yeah, well I'm holding the microphone. Come on.
Yeah, but you're left-handed Earl, aren't you?
No,
you're right-handed.
I was just demonstrating.
All right, you're demonstrating
doing
it
the
because you
gesture.
can't just. You know.
I could have done that, but I'm lazy.
All right.
Okay, I will let you. It's not that weird. I will let you go very soon.
Okay.
First, before I do though, reflections on the tournament as a whole. Not just games, the venue, the computers, your play, other teams, everything.
Okay.
Big scope.
It started out rough. It was 2 groups of 6, group stage, top 4 advance. Why didn't they do Group A, finish it, and then Group B? That's bugging me. We arrived at 8 in the morning yesterday for the group stage. Our last game, we finished at like 12:30. It's like, what?
A full day, yeah.
It's for 5 games. Like 5 games should be 5 hours. Instead, we play, we pack up, we wait an hour or 2, we go, we set up again, we have to change the language on the keyboard, we have to change this, we have to change monitor settings, we have to reset the computer, we have to reset the USB ports, and it just waits so much time. Like instead of just staying on the same comps all day, we had to just pack and unpack, and it was just crazy. So that kind of bugged me a little bit. Also, the servers weren't configured properly for the first matches. So
yeah, what was the issue? Because you mentioned it in our last interview.
Yeah,
what was the issue?
So there was I don't know specifically what the issue with the server was. I know that both our server and the server that Nip was playing on, because they were playing across from us the first game, every like other round the server would go warning connection problem for like between like 5 and 15 seconds. Like
Right.
the first time it happened, it was like 15 seconds. We thought the server went down.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden it just comes back up. And we took our hands off the keyboard and mouse, and then boom, it's back in. And we're like, what? So HLTV so kindly posted a video of us 15-14 up against Fnatic, and then they bring it to a 15-15 draw.
Yeah.
And what happened there was someone was jumping up to kill whoever was planting a bomb. I think it was Skidoodle planting the bomb, and like my crosshair's on his head, and he's jumped up, and I'm shooting, and I realized the server's just frozen, and it's warning connection problem. So I'm just sitting there like clicking, mouse 1, and then it comes back, and then he's on the floor, and then someone's up cat, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like that, it's just killer to take your momentum away in that situation. That that tight, crucial clutch round, you need all their focus, and then you just lose it. They took the servers down, they fixed it up, and then we didn't see that issue the rest of the tournament. But I mean, that started us off on the wrong foot. We could have been Fnatic had there been no issues. Granted, it was a 2 versus 4. It would have been a 2 versus 3 had I got that kill. It's still something that takes you out of it a little bit. After that, though, besides the packing and unpacking, once we got to the main stage was great. Like the computers were good. I don't know. We just played so much better there. I don't know why. Last night against NIP, like everything just came together. So I think once we got to the main stage, and even this morning, like the computers were fine, everything was like we were able to set up all right. So like the sense in the venue in that sense, that was good. eBot was working, the servers were working, the admins were there making sure that our things were working. The admins were nice all event. It's just that there were those issues. Once we got past all those issues, I mean the venue's great, the computers are great. I think we just played poorly.
Well, hopefully you're able to turn it around prior to ESL 1, right?
Yes.
Improve a little bit. Okay, Josh, thank you very much. Do you want to run through sponsors again before we go? Or just shout outs to general friends?
Shout outs to iBUYPOWER, friends and family. And
Twitch subscribers.
Twitch followers and subscribers.
Yeah.
All the people that are giving us a lot of grief for doing poorly. We were ranked 7th place and we got 5th to 8th. That's essentially 7th place.
Which includes 7th.
Hello? No, hopefully we'll do better at ESL 1. So thanks for everyone who was supporting us and who are still cheering for us for ESL 1. And hopefully we'll be able to deliver next time. Aside from that, thanks for the interview again, Jack.
Always a pleasure. Yeah, thank you very much, Josh, and best of luck with the bootcamp and the SL1.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll catch you there over in Cologne. For everyone at ESEAnews.com and ESEA.net, stay tuned for the rest of the day for the rest of our coverage of Gfinity LAN here in London.